guys, hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day today and is ready to enjoy this weekend that's coming up. I know I am. So there is a wrestling pay-per-view this Sunday, AEW All In. Do not miss it. A lot of people are showing up. But let's get into this review, because it's been a week since I got this supplement or this pre-workout. And I've been trying it out on different days and different ways just to make sure that it's up to par and how you can use it most effectively. So with that being said, let's jump into the review of the VMI Sports Stacked KXR Essential Pre-Workout. Now, first of all, I always want to jump into the label because companies are stepping it up, and this is one company that is stepping it up with the label. As you can see, there is writing on the back of it, like a more of a graffiti vibe. It says the VMI logo in here, but it also says the famous words of what the acronym means, and it is Vision Meets Innovation. Now we have that written all around the tub. It's like a black gloss on it, and they did a great job, especially with designing the splash color for the flavor. Now this is a cherry rush flavor, so we're gonna go right into the flavor. For me, when it came to this cherry rush flavor, I did not know what to expect, meaning that it was a surprising taste. Nothing too sweet, but actually something that I enjoy sipping on, because it reminded me more of a Hawaiian punch flavor, or like a Hawaiian slash cherry punch, something like that. And honestly, you can drink this with 8 ounces of water or less, and it still will not be sweet at all. It doesn't taste artificial or anything like that. It just tastes like a fruit punch. With a little bit of a cherry kick to it. Great flavor, amazing flavor. It gets my stamp of approval. So I can't compare this to any other flavor. It's kind of unique and that's something I do like. So if I were to rate this, I'll give this a 10 out of 10. Number one, because the flavor is not too sweet. Number two, you don't taste any chemicals or anything like that. And number three, it hits the spot. It has a refreshing feel to it. So with that, guys, let's move on to the what they're claiming, and then we'll get into the supplement facts. Now here we are getting a Max Catalyst trademark thing for a caffeine blend. They are claiming that you will get energy, focus, power, pumps. It does have betacholine. I believe that's more for a head buzz more than anything. And they use Infinergy, which is that caffeine malate, which is caffeine atastamic acid. So let's get into the supplement facts, and let's get into the serving size, as it is just a 1 scoop serving. And you're like, hey, this is a big tub. Like, how big is the scoop? Well, the scoop isn't too big. It's 16.6 grams. For me, I didn't feel like it was too heavy. And talking about the 16.6 grams, when I threw it on the scale, perfect amount. And I'll put a picture right here. As you can see, it hit 16 right on the dot. So for me, my scale just weighs in grams. So I probably got the 0.6 on the scale. But the first time I did try it out, I did a flat level scoop of 16. And the second time I tried it out, I did a little bit over at 17, just for me to know that I got that 0.6. And I got all the benefits of the pre-workout and the recommended amount, which is what we want to take initially, so we can enjoy every aspect of this pre-workout. Now we are getting 30 servings for a container, and look how big this is. For a container this size, and to get 30 servings, that is a boost. Meaning that you will have 30 workouts for this pre-workout, and I feel like you get your money's worth, especially when a company puts in the work for the marketing, puts in the work for the ingredient profile, and also gives the consumer, us guys or ladies, the 30 servings. Because I know some companies are being on the low end, like 20, 21. Some do 25. Now let's jump into the first portion of the ingredient profile, as we are getting some vitamins in here and some other ingredients before we get into the meat and potatoes of this label. Now we are getting some vitamin B3 as niacin at 35 milligrams. So I know when people hear niacin, they're like, hey, am I going to be like breaking out? Is it going to be too itchy? Is it going to be stronger than the betas? Well, this one, the niacin, do not be scared. You do not have any negative side effects, meaning you will not break out any hives. You will not have any extra itchiness. No. You have all the positives, meaning you will be flushing out through your pores, meaning you will sweat out whatever toxins are in your body, because that's what niacin does, especially when you take the niacin by itself. Now, the next vitamin we are getting in here, some vitamin B12 at 35 micrograms. We are getting some choline as choline bicitrate or vitacholine, trademark name, at 200 milligrams. And we are getting some chloride as pink Himalayan salt at 223 milligrams. And we are getting some sodium as pink Himalayan salt as well at 150 milligrams. That pink Himalayan salt is great for hydration, and it adds to your pumps, meaning that you will have a nice swole look in the gym. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this label. Now we are getting some max L-citrulline, trademark name, which is citrulline malate 2-to-1 ratio at 6,000 milligrams. Now I know everybody's going to be like, hey, that's not the recommended amount. Recommended amount is 10,000 milligrams. But I'll tell you what, 6,000, if it's well sourced and if you are putting in the work, meaning you are putting that tension on the muscle, you will get a nice pump. Now, the next ingredient you're getting in here is some beta alanine at 3,200 milligrams. Now, that is the recommended amount, and I will tell you right now, they are well sourced in here. Now, moving on to the next ingredient, we are getting some L-taurine at 1,500 milligrams. Great amount, not too much, not too little, enough for us to get all the benefits. Now, the next ingredient we are getting in here, some betaine anhydrous at 1,200 milligrams. We're getting some L-tyrosine here at 1,000 milligrams. Now, the next ingredient you're getting in here is some choline bicitrate, vitacholine, trademark name, at 500 milligrams. I feel like that is a lot of vitacholine in here, especially as some companies kind of go midway, like 250 or even a little under. Now, we are getting some more pink Himalayan sea salt, if we didn't get enough of it at the beginning of the label, at 384 milligrams. So if you add that to the 6,000 milligrams of citrulline malate, now you will be getting a decent pump. And if you are not getting a pump, you're going to have to drink a little bit more water or do something. The next ingredient you are getting in here is some DL bicitrate. I'm not going to even waste my time saying the long ass word. It is DMAE at 300 milligrams. Now, DMAE is not DMHA. No, DMAE is another focus ingredient. You can compare it to the alpha GPC. Also, DMAE does elevate the mood, so we are getting a lot of ingredients in here that will elevate your mood, and at 300 milligrams you will be feeling that laser focus to get through your gym session. Now, the next ingredient you are getting in here is some theobromine at 300 milligrams. Theobromine is similar to caffeine just because it has a similar effect. I know GGH likes to do this. He say like cousin to caffeine. I believe he was like the first one to coin this. So it is a similar to caffeine, has the similar effect, but for me, I feel like 300 milligrams will just make you feel more energized throughout your workout and will add to the pre-workout. Now, we are getting the Max Catalyst trademark name, which is Piper Nigrum fruit extract, which is 95% pepperin at 3 milligrams. And I've seen pepperin before. I've seen pepperin, I believe, in the Big Bad Burn right here that I have. And that one is a fat burning ingredient. So we're getting something here to help us sweat a little bit more while we work out, which is a plus because if you drink a lot of water, you carry a lot of excess water weight. So that I feel like is a great ingredient to help us have that diuretic effect. Peel a little bit more, but it will help us get a little tight. Now, the next ingredient we're getting in here is huperzine A, yielding 1% at 3 milligrams. Now, huperzine A is another ingredient that will elevate the mood. And it has like a nootropic hit that you will feel while you're working out, and it just adds to the well-being state of mind that you want to feel, especially if you're doing AM workouts like myself. Now, let's get into the last ingredient in here, and it is the Max Caffeine Trademark Blend, and it is caffeine citrate, caffeine anhydrous, decaffeinated malate, which is Infinity trademark name, and in total it is 292 milligrams. Now you're going to be like, Harry, you were getting a prop blend for caffeine. How much caffeine is it? Do I have to go on the website? Do I have to Google this? No, you don't even have to go anywhere but right next to the label, as it says it right here. In total, it yields net 200 milligrams of caffeine. So already, once you hear that, you're like, okay, this is a daily pre-workout. And I'm going to tell you, it is a daily use pre-workout. And that is the entire label. Now, I want to move on to the effects of this. And now the effects are as follows. Like always, I down my pre-workout 15 minutes right before I head out to the gym. So around 5:45, I took this and hit the gym at 6 a.m., scanned in the barcode, and I started feeling the betas. Now the betas in here are pretty strong. It had me like scratching my face a little bit for like the first minute, and I was like, damn, bro, I feel these betas hard body. My brother said the same thing, and the betas last for that first 45 minutes to an hour, and I feel like it hits a little different depending on what you're doing, meaning that for me, the first 30 minutes, like I was doing cardio, I felt the beta stronger like throughout my legs because I was moving those kind of muscles instead of feeling it like on the upper body. Like I felt it in my face, then it just went straight to my legs for some reason. Maybe I'm just weird and I felt the betas at different places, but they are strong. So I feel like the betas go where you are working out or moving the most at the beginning of your workout, and then it kind of moves around your body. But regardless, you will feel the betas between the 30 minutes to the 45 minutes. So when it hit around 30 minutes, I started feeling a little bit of mood elevation, but the caffeine, since it's like a prop blend of caffeine, it kind of hits a little different, like in different spurts. So I felt the energy at the beginning, like around that 30-minute time frame. Then I felt another spurt around 40 minutes, then another spurt around the 50. So it's like so as you're working out, the caffeine is just kicking in and kicking in. And it felt more like a mellow hit of caffeine. So while you're working out, you're like, okay, I want something stronger, but you got to remember this is 200 milligrams of caffeine in total. So it's going to hit a little different, but I will say that the caffeine does last a little longer than other supplements. It lasts for like about 5 to 6 hours, but it depends on how hard you go in the gym. So when I moved on to the weights around that 35-minute time frame, I started doing arms, and I was like, whoa, the pumps, I felt them activate like on the first set. And that was amazing to me because I'm like 6,000 milligrams of the L-citrulline malate, and then you only had pink Himalayan sea salt that will add to the pumps. I'm like, a great source of L-citrulline malate. And I felt good because once I see the pumps, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like 10 times better once I see that arm swell. And I was like, whoa, it popped up. So I was able to finish my arm workout. And then I did the pull downs that kind of stretch out the arms, and the pumps did last for most of the day. And all in all, I felt like this was a nice daily driver. Nothing crazy, no illicit ingredients in here. And you can take this every single day, like back to back. And perfect example, I know my mom, she wanted to work out, and for the 4 days that we went straight to the gym, she took this supplement for 4 days straight. No negative side effects. She was able to sleep. Coming back to this stacked KXR Essential Pre-Workout from VMI Sports. I felt like it was something that I would enjoy taking, and I've noticed that when you take this pre-workout after a rest day, you will feel it stronger and more effectively than if you were to take it after you hit the gym the previous day. So guys, I would recommend this pre-workout if you are somebody who doesn't want to be like high in the sky, DMHA hit or RIO, or you just don't like having a being in a nootropic bubble or anything like that. You just want to feel good, have enough caffeine to get through your workout, and have something for the rest of the day, but nothing too strong, and something that you can use on a daily basis. You can pick this one up at vmisports.com, and I'll see if I can activate the discount code before I drop the review, and I'll leave it in the descriptions down below. And with that, guys, I'll leave you, and I'll catch you on the next review.